Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English podcast. I'm Emily, and I'm so happy you're here today. This is episode 3, and it's a really special one because today we're talking about something every English learner dreams of, thinking in English. If you're listening to this podcast, chances are you understand a lot of English. You might watch movies, follow YouTube videos, maybe even listen to podcasts like this one. But when it's time to speak, your brain freezes. You search for the words. You translate from your native language. You hesitate. Sound familiar? Well, I want to tell you something important today. Thinking in English is not just for native speakers. It's not magic. It's not a gift. It's a habit. And like any habit, it can be trained. Slowly, step by step. And it starts with small changes in the way you see English in your life. Let me take you back to a moment I remember from one of my students. Her name was Lina from Morocco. She told me, Emily, I understand English perfectly, but in my head I always hear Arabic first. I smiled and told her, that's okay. Your brain is just doing its job. But we're going to give it a new job. You see, your brain loves patterns. It loves shortcuts. If you always think first in your native language, your brain gets comfortable with that pattern. But if you train it to think in English, even just with simple things, it starts to shift. So how do we do that? Start with your daily life. Every time you open your eyes in the morning, try to say one sentence in English. I'm awake now. Or I don't want to get out of bed. It can be anything. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry if it's perfect. Just speak. When you're brushing your teeth, say, I'm brushing my teeth. When you're making coffee, say, I need coffee. When you can't find your phone, say, where's my phone? These small sentences matter. You train in your brain to connect English with your actions, not with translations. Another trick I always recommend is to talk to yourself. I know, it sounds a little funny, but trust me, it works. When you're walking, describe what you see. The sky is so clear today, and car is red. There's a cat on the wall. These aren't difficult sentences. They're real. They're part of your life. And that's how English becomes part of your thinking. Music helps too. If you like English songs, choose one or two that you enjoy and learn the lyrics. Sing along even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Repetition is powerful. And the more you repeat, the more your brain starts to recognize the rhythm and structure of English naturally. You can also write, no, I don't mean essays or exams, I mean short, personal writing. Every morning or night, write 3 simple sentences about your day in English. For example, today I went to work, I was tired, but I finished my tasks. Now I want to relax. It doesn't matter if it's basic. What matters is consistency. One of my favorite exercises 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 is successes in consistency. One of my favorite exercises is 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 consistency. While getting dressed, think shirt, jeans, shoes, jacket. While eating, think fork, spoon, plate, rice, chicken. It's like building a mental dictionary that you carry with you every day. And remember, your environment is your best teacher. Switch your phone and your apps to English. Follow English-speaking creators on social media. Watch short videos or reels in English, even if they're only 1 minute long. Your brain needs input before it can produce output. The more English it sees and hears, the more it starts to use it automatically. One common fear I hear from learners is What if I say something wrong? And my answer is always the same. Good. That means you're trying. Making mistakes is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of effort. And every time you try to think in English, even if the sentence isn't perfect, you are winning. You might not notice progress in one day or even 1 week, but after 1 month of daily practice, you'll realize something powerful. You'll be walking in the street, and suddenly you'll think in English without meaning to. That's the magic moment. That's what we're working for. Thinking in English doesn't mean you'll never translate again. It just means English becomes your first response, not your second thought. And when that happens, your speaking becomes faster, your confidence grows, and most importantly, you begin to feel the language, not just study it. So I want to leave you with one small challenge. After this podcast, try to go 5 minutes without thinking in your native language. Look around you. Say what you see. Say what you feel, even just in your mind. That's where fluency begins, not with perfect grammar, but with real, honest thinking. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode of Speak English Podcast, please follow, rate, and share it with someone who's also learning English. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know. Do you already think in English sometimes? Or is this something you're working on? This is Emily, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.